PBS Kids opens worlds of possibilities for all children, thanks to PBS stations and viewers like you.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. Reading rainbow.
Hi! It doesn't matter what you're riding as long as you're moving on a fast set of wheels. Everybody loves motion because it's so much fun. These rollerblades are the latest and the greatest in skates. They look like ice skates, but instead of a blade, they have wheels. They're fast and smooth, and with a little practice, you can really learn how to fly. People like wheels because they give us speed, a sense of moving from place to place, a feeling of freedom. But wheels have worked hard throughout history. In fact, you could say they've kept civilization rolling along. Wheels. Now, here's a set of wheels that you'll probably recognize no matter where on Earth you live. People all over the world ride bicycles. Mostly they're used for getting to school or to work. But here's a story about a rider who pedaled his way into people's hearts. It's called The Bicycle Man.
The Bicycle Man by Alan Say. Read by Tom Matsusaka. When I was a small boy, I went to a school in the South Island of Japan. The schoolhouse stood halfway up a tall green mountain. From the playground, we could see the town, the ships in the harbor, and the shining sea. One fine spring day, we had our sports day. Remember, we're on the red team, our teacher, Mrs. Morita, said. So put on your red headbands. We swept the playground and decorated it. and drew white lines on the ground with powdered chalk. Our parents came, carrying lunch boxes and kettles filled with tea. When everything was ready, Mrs. Morita rang the bell. The principal stood on the platform and said, "Let us remember that we are gathered here in the spirit of sportsmanship. Whether we win or lose, let us enjoy ourselves." The youngest children were the first to race. Everyone yelled encouragement and shouted until the mountain echoed the noise like rumbling thunder. The winners went up to the judges' table and received prizes wrapped in white paper and gold thread. After many races, it was lunchtime, and that was the best part of sports day. In the afternoon, the grown-ups tied their ankles together with headbands and raced around the oval. We were cheering them on when a hush fell on the playground. We all stared toward the gate. Two strangers were leaning over the fence, watching us. They were American soldiers. One of them was a white man with bright hair like fire, and the other man had a face as black as the earth. We had never seen Americans before. I felt afraid. The foreigners smiled and waved at us. When the black man came toward us, we all drew back and stared. He was the tallest man I had ever seen, and his shoes shone like polished metal. The soldier pointed to the principal's bicycle. The principal bowed to the American. He looked like a small boy greeting a giant. The tall man gave a deep bow, almost bumping heads with the principal. We started to giggle. We watched them talk to each other with their hands. "Yes, you are welcome to ride my bicycle," the principal seemed to say. The soldier smiled. Then he took the bicycle out to the center of the playground. The other American took off his cap and saluted us with a big bow. We giggled and bowed back. The black man hoisted a long leg over the bicycle and began to pedal it in a widening circle. His friend waved the man's jacket like a flag and cheered him to go faster. Suddenly, the rider yanked on the handlebar and lifted the front wheel off the ground. "Oh, look! How can he ride like that?" The rider went round and round with only one wheel, zigzagging this way and that. We were amazed. Then he rode backwards. He had to twist his neck to see where he was going. He worked his long arms and legs like a huge dancing spider. We howled with wonder. The man rode backwards, then forwards, twirling the front wheel like a spinning gyroscope. Then his friend pushed the bicycle fast and let go. The bicycle shot forward with great speed. The rider stood up on the pedals and, leaning on the handlebar, put both his feet up on the carrier. He was in the air, cruising like an enormous dragonfly. When the bicycle finally came to a stop, the playground roared with wild clapping of hands and shouting. We mobbed around the Americans, jumping and yelling. The principal struggled through the crowd, and the black man reached out to him. They gripped each other's arms like old friends. Then, the principal led the soldiers to the platform. He held out the largest prize box. The bicycle rider received the gift and turned to the crowd. Arigato, arigato, he said. Thank you, thank you. The whole school bowed to him and shouted for joy. The Americans walked out the gate with their prize. They laughed and waved. We followed them with our eyes until they disappeared around a bend in the road.
Wow, these guys are terrific. They're called freestyle bicyclists, and Woody Itzen is one of the best. Woody, that's incredible. You know, you really are a real-life bicycle man. I can imagine people's reaction to you when you do your freestyle tricks for them. But this looks just like a regular bicycle.
Well, it pretty much is. We just do a few minor modifications which make it a freestyle bike.
Like what?
We have a detangling device, what we call a rotor, which allows the bars to spin around 360 degrees.
Otherwise the brake cables would get tangled up, wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. And then on the front end, it's just a regular bicycle fork, but we screwed axle pegs on it.
Mm-hmm.
These pegs allow you to do stunts like hops and twists and different kinds of maneuvers that you couldn't do with a regular bike.
So what else do you have on there?
It has a platform up here, which allows you to stand on it.
Just put your feet right up there on it, huh?
Right like that.
Uh-huh.
And you can actually surf on a bicycle.
Really?
And then the seat has a handle to it. We use this for tricks where we kick the back end around the front end, and we actually grab the bike like this. It gives you a place to hold on to instead of having to hang on the side of the seat.
Aha.
And then we have a platform on the back, which actually has serrated edges for your feet to stand on. And then we have a peg on the back, which is just like the front pegs.
So you need a lot of places to put your feet on a freestyle bike, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Not just the pedals.
No, not anymore.
Well, what kind of tricks would you do off of the back pegs there?
Well, we have a trick we call the backyard. I'll be glad to show that to you.
The backyard.
I need my helmet.
Safety gear, always important.
And you just take off.
The backyard, huh? Let's see another. Woody! You know, one of the best things about a bicycle is that it's human-powered. You're the engine. You make it go. Well, riding a bike is only one way of getting around on your own steam. Here are some others. They're kind of like bicycles. They're kind of like cars. They're kind of like, well, they're not really like anything you've ever seen before. They're called human-powered vehicles, and they run strictly on muscle power. They all have gears, pedals, and wheels, and a driver with plenty of energy. Each vehicle has its own shape. Some drivers have to lay down to get in, and others have to be squeezed inside. But the idea is the same. The sleeker the vehicle, the faster it goes, because they're all aerodynamically designed to cut through the wind. Some vehicles take a whole crew to put them together. Things have to be checked and rechecked to make sure everything's A-okay.
Guys, got him?
Let's move forward a little, Bobby.
Once they're ready, it takes a big push to get them on the road. Isn't always smooth. And don't just look for human-powered vehicles on land. They can be found almost anywhere. So, will we all be driving human-powered vehicles in the future? You never know, so stay in shape. It's just a slice of board and a set of wheels. But to a thrasher or a skateboard expert, this is a ticket to a magic carpet ride. And as long as you wear protective gear, skateboarding can be a lot of fun. And if you really know how to carve, you can do some pretty fancy tricks.
Hi, LeVar.
Hi, Anita. You know, you're great on that thing. Can you teach me how to ride like that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's start with the board. What do we have here?
Well, we have a deck.
That's the surface that you stand on?
That you stand on. And this is the tail and the nose.
The tail and the nose.
You notice both of them go up,
Yeah,
and that's so you can maneuver it better.
Now, how about this deck here? Why is it so
Well, this
rough?
is the grip tape. And this is almost like sandpaper.
Yeah.
It's really, really grippy, so when you skateboard, your feet don't slide off.
You get some traction on the deck.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. On the bottom here, we have the wheels.
I think everybody knows
Most
that.
important thing. And the trucks right here.
The trucks.
This is what helps you turn.
They have a little play in them.
Right. They wobble back and forth.
Okay.
Right here, we have the rails. These are to help you grab it when you...
Like that?
And that way it won't slide out of your hands. And
Right.
also, it slides on things like curbs when you want to do tricks. It makes it so it just glides along there.
So you don't get stuck on a curbside or
Right,
something. All right.
So you go with the board.
All right, I guess we're ready to go then, huh?
I guess so.
What's the first thing we do?
Well, after you put the board down, you're ready to put your feet on.
All righty.
Which foot do you want to put in front?
Let me try it this way.
Okay, with your left foot in front.
You ready?
Are you?
Yeah, okay. I guess I am ready. Whoa, whoa. Okay.
Ready for a running start?
Here we go. Whoa. Bye, Anita!
Bye, LeVar.
you know, the world is full of wheels, and they do all kinds of things. So, if you've got a notion to read about motion, then take a trip through these books, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Hi there, I'm Shanika Smith, and today I got a book for you that has adventure, wild animals, and a few surprises. The star of the story is a little girl named Delphine. Delphine lives in a very strange country. She has some unusual pets: a mountain lion, a wolf, and a guinea pig. One day, Delphine receives a letter from her grandma. There's a surprise waiting for her at the post office. When she gets to the post office, her surprise is a brand new bicycle. This is a very simple story, and it doesn't take long to read. I think it is absolutely, positively, definitely for you.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Akai. It's not easy giving up a favorite toy. The White Bicycle is about a boy who has to give up his bike. When Ravi's mom cleans out the garage, his trusty old bike ends up in the junkyard. That very same day, a tramp comes and sees the bike. It's just what he needs. The tramp isn't the only one who borrows the bike. It's used by a runner, an old lady, and a couple of children who don't ride very well. In the end, Ravi gets his old friend back. To find out how, just read this book, The White Bicycle.
Hello, I'm here today to introduce to you a very special person. He's a teacher, and his story is in this book, Our Teachers in a Wheelchair. Brian Hanson teaches in a daycare center. When he was a boy, Brian was injured playing lacrosse. Now Brian gets around in a wheelchair. He can do lots of stuff from his chair. He cooks, he has fun with his friends, and he drives his own car. Sometimes Brian has problems with hills and curbs, and he really misses playing ball with his friends. But he makes lots of time to teach and play with the kids. I'm Dana Morano. Get this book and read it with your whole family. It makes a great discussion.
They've been moving us along for years, going places without walking, rolling tires and spinning gears. Don't you know we're talking about wheels? They take you up in the air. Wheels. They steer you across the ocean. Wheels. You can find them everywhere. Wheels. Moving in a circular motion, up and down along the ground. They take away the friction. They make it easier to get around. It's a fact, not fiction. Wheels. You can ride them here to there. Wheels. If you get the notion. Wheels. Yeah, you can find them everywhere. Wheels. Moving in a circular motion, turning by themselves or working in pairs. We're talking circles, not squares. You can ride them here to there. Wheels. If you get the notion. Yeah, you can find them everywhere. Wheels. Moving in a circular motion. Wheels. Yeah, you can find them everywhere. Whoa. Wheels. Moving in a circular motion. Wheels. 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 Wheels.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Wheels make the world go round. Whether you're riding, driving, or gliding, you're on your way if you've got wheels. So, take a hike on a bike, go for a skate, or you could try a wheel that's a really big deal. See you next time. Today's Reading Rainbow books are The Bicycle Man by Alan Say, a Parnassus Press book published by Houghton Mifflin Company. Delphine by Molly Bang, published by William Morrow and Company. The White Bicycle by Rob Lewis, published by Farrar, Straus, and Giroux. Our Teachers in a Wheelchair by Mary Ellen Powers, published by Albert Whitman and Company.